Chicagoland weather forecast from the 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning Weather Center. Sunny skies today, high 33. Very chilly overnight, a low of 12 above. Currently 19. Next news coming up at 8. And Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next with Bruce Wolf sitting in for Dan this week on AM 560, The Answer.
Watch today's show live right now on the Income Store live video stream at 560theanswer.com.
When you've got questions, he always has an answer. It's Sean Hannity this afternoon at 2 on AM 560, The Answer.
Bruce and I were just getting ready for our holiday song, which is going to be on Friday at 8:35. It's a tradition here, the week before Christmas, to get together and sing a duet. I'm really excited about this.
I'm always excited about it. It's become a tradition.
It is a tradition.
Yeah, it really is. And that's what's so beautiful about it.
Yeah.
We've been doing this. This is our 5th year.
50? Wow.
Yeah.
Went by so fast, didn't it?
Yes,
Where
it did.
have the years gone?
Really?
Well, this holiday season, most kids are asking for smartphones, tablets, gaming devices, smart toys, and other high-tech devices. But before parents rush out to buy them, they need to know the risks. And former FBI agent is with us this morning, Robin Dreeke. How are you, Robin? Thanks for coming on the show again.
Hey, thanks, Bruce and Amy. Appreciate you having me on this morning.
Yeah, former FBI agent, online safety advocate, and board member for Innocent Lives Foundation. And tell us, what do you mean? What kind of risks are we putting our kids at? Because they do always ask for the smartphones or the AirPods or the tablets.
Sure. I mean, years ago, before these things existed, and after we actually had other things going on at home anyway, we could actually centralize the computer in the house so that we could actually monitor our kids. But now with iPads and iPhones, and they have to have them for school and all these other things, it's really challenging because they want these online systems. They want games like Fortnite and Minecraft and all these things, but it exposes them also to all the threats out there from online predators that are trying to target our children and groom them for things that are much worse later on.
Yeah, it's weird because my boys play Fortnite. They're hot and cold with it. They used to, last year it was the big craze, and they stayed in all summer and all winter break. It was too much. But they would be communicating with people from all over the country and all over the world. It seemed like they would be on their team with them or they were fighting against. And there was no way as a mom to properly vet. And I said, well, one thing, no one's meeting anybody anywhere. Like, we're not getting to know the people that you don't know. We're not getting to know them at any point in time.
Yeah, and my kids were the same way growing up as well. And, and so it's funny you mentioned traditions, that you guys have the tradition come up this week. So I'm a big advocate of creating a new tradition this year with our kids, because as fast as our kids either grow out of a certain gaming system or grow out of something, the industry is going to create something new to attract them back in, because that's where they make their money. And these things are great, they're fun, they are social, but that's also where these predators hide and lurk, because they're going to find, the young children and teenagers that are have insecurities, and then they're going to groom them, and eventually they're going to try to extort them. And so I'm a big advocate of, we cannot come up with any magical app that a parent can have to keep our kids from doing things that are not in their own best interest a lot of times, because if kids want to keep something hidden from us, they're going to be able to do it, because there's so much technology out there. And so what I'm a big advocate for is create those healthy relationships with our kids. So like you as a mom, your kids are inspired to share with you who they're communicating with. So we got this acronym called TRUST. T is, talk in terms of your kids' priorities, seek their thoughts and opinions, make the conversation about them. R is for relationships. Understand the relationships that they have in their lives and the people that they have in their lives. And your rule about, no communicating or definitely sharing personal information with anyone you don't know in person, then you understand their challenges and be a resource for them. Maintain your emotional stability so you don't overreact when you find out something went a little sideways and they're doing something a little off, because if you overreact, then they're not going to share with you anymore. And the big thing, I think, is teach. Have them teach you all the apps that they have on their phones or their iPads, and have them explain to you why they have it, what the benefit of it is, so you can actually understand it as well.
I'm glad I'm not a parent anymore. I'm a grandparent.
Well, you're a grandparent.
I'm a grandparent. And here's the thing, I played Mario Kart with the 5-year-olds. And in a minute, I got a migraine that I never had gotten a migraine before, and I had to lie down the rest of the time. But you say that one of the risky tech gifts is cheap or knockoff Android phones and tablets. Why is that so?
Well, because there's a lot of times, some of these companies, the knockoff companies will place embedded software in there a lot of times so they can actually monitor other communications and other connections that your children are having on these knockoffs. So there's so many different things out there that they're compromising. And the big thing is also these decoy apps. I think decoy apps are probably the most scary for a parent. I've worked counterintelligence for 21 years of my career, and we're always dealing with spycraft and covert communications. I'm telling you what, these apps that they're out there now, they are ranked right up there with the highest level of spycraft.
Really?
Because if your kids want to hide something in these decoy apps, like the things that look like calculators on your iPhone.
Yeah.
Well, they're actually not calculators. There's another password you can enter so they can actually have covert texting with other people on there, and you'd never even know they're doing it.
Really? So the decoy app could look like the calendar? I mean, not the calendar, the calculator or the calendar,
Yep,
any of
they
that?
make them like, yep, and also some of the games they have. They'll actually have a hidden place in some of the games that looks like a game if you're having your kids show you or explain to you what this game is or what this app is, you can even ask them for their password, so you can actually log on and see what they're doing when they're not around. But what they're not showing you is there's actually another password to another area of the app.
God, this is, I remember.
Welcome to our world,
Well,
Bruce.
look, it's your world, because I remember when I told one of my daughters, now it's a car phone. You got to leave it in the car, and it's only in an emergency.
You had a car phone? Those things were expensive back in the day.
Well, I used to be a man of means,
Okay.
back in the day. But now, and then of course it became a necessity. It's an appendage, and everybody's got them all the time. But now you're saying they can bamboozle you, and you're easily got. I mean, so what should you just check their phones every day? But even checking it, you've got to. There's a way they can mask everything. This is virtually impossible. You're making me feel very pessimistic.
Well, you got to get their password.
No.
The password isn't good enough.
Well, now it's not. No.
That's right.
Those
That's why I'm
decoy
saying
apps.
it comes down to relationships. My wife had this, thank goodness for her. I did this for a living, but she actually made me do this at home, and it worked fantastic. And we had the daily debrief. That's why I think create a new tradition
Daily
with holiday
debrief.
season.
You throw your kid up against
Daily
the wall.
debrief.
Yeah, no, we're not.
Shine a light in their eye.
Robin, we're not all FBI agents. You
Mika,
sound like.
Let's try to get anything.
But Robin sounds like an FBI guy. I was intimidated at the word hello from him. But the rest of us are not like that. We don't, put the kid in an interrogation room, say that we're going to charge him with perjury, and he's going to be up the river like Michael Flynn, cha-cha, if he doesn't answer the questions correctly. I mean, I think any ordinary parent is going to be overwhelmed by this.
That's why, because if you did that, they'd never talk to you again anyway. So you might as well just take their cell phone away. No, it is really seriously about creating those relationships and that dialogue, using those tools for getting them to open up. In other words, the biggest thing ever with anyone, any human being, all human beings seek very simple things, whether they're teenagers, pre-adolescents, or adults. We want to be affiliated with meaningful groups and organizations and be valued by the same. And so when you demonstrate value to your children and you seek their thoughts and opinions, you talk in terms of their priorities, you validate the things they're doing, the choices they're making without judging them. Doesn't mean you agree with them, but without judging them, and you give them choices that are aligned with your choices, they're going to open up because their brain is screaming at them. This person's good for me. They're looking out for me, and they're talking in terms of my priorities. That's why there is no magical app or thing you can do as a parent, I think, that's going to be covert against their covertness. Because all you're going to do is create like you're describing, you're going to create this state at home that is just adversarial.
Oh, wait a minute, I got an idea. I'm buying into the whole trust thing. Yeah, blah blah blah. Here's the thing, Robin. How about you do this? So you've got a camera that follows them around, and then you can see and focus in on when they're going to those secret apps. How about that? You're really covert. You're deep cover. Yeah.
But here's a guarantee, though. Here's a guarantee. One that's discovered, and it will be by someone, your trust is completely gone forever.
Okay, but then you shift it to the other parent. Okay, so you at least get two cracks.
Yeah, but you have to give them some form of independence. You can't be spying on them 24/7.
Not in today's world.
No, but but Robin, talk about groomers and how. I mean, that's a big deal. I volunteer coach, and I've had classes after classes about grooming.
Yeah, and that's the most scary thing about this whole thing is that, say they're having these communications, and whether it's COVID or not, but they're playing online, whether it's Fortnite or Minecraft or any of the other hundreds of games that are out there. And what's going on is they think they're playing with someone who is their same age, maybe opposite sex or maybe even same sex, doesn't really matter. And what's happening is this person is poking and prodding to try to discover the insecurities of your children. In other words, are they insecure about how they look? Maybe they have a speech impediment. Maybe there's something going sideways emotionally with them. And so what they're doing is these groomers are trying to identify these insecurities, because once they identify one, then they're going to start validating that. They're going to try to make them feel better about themselves and eventually get them to the point where they're getting them to reveal personal information, maybe personal social media accounts, so they can actually stalk them even more and find out more about them. And eventually they're going to try to sexualize the content of the conversation and dialogue. And what they're going to attempt to do is get some sexual image of some sort from them. And then that's when sextortion starts. And then it gets even scarier.
All right. He is Robin Dreeke. Well, gosh. Bruce, you going to be okay?
You know me. I like to go through life with blinders on, Amy. This is sobering. This is quite sobering.
All right. Robin Dreeke, thank you so much.
Thank
Former
you.
FBI
Thank you so
agent,
much.
online
guys.
safety advocate, and board member for Innocent Lives Foundation. He joined us on our turnkey.pro answer line.
This is Chicago's Morning Answer
Santa's coming to town. Oh, my God.
on AM 560.
Santa here? I know him.
The Answer.
Balance of Nature, changing the world one life at a time.
I really love this product. I feel like I never get sick. I work in a dental office. I'm a dental hygienist, and I'm always with a bunch of patients, always with a bunch of people. We have 60 employees in our office, front and back office, and I feel like someone's always getting sick. There's always someone with a sniffy nose right now, and I never get sick. And I have sustained energy throughout the day. It's a great product. I'll probably use this for the rest of my life, I'm sure.
Experience the Balance of Nature difference for yourself. Call or go online now and become a preferred customer, which gives you our best pricing and free shipping. And we will take an additional 25% off of your first order. Plus, get a set of convenient travel bottles containing a free additional week's supply of Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies. This will be a limited time offer, so don't wait. Call 800-2468-751 or go to balanceofnature.com and use discount code Chicago.
Guys, do you struggle every Christmas, banging your head against the wall? Trying to figure out what to get your wife or your girlfriend? Save yourself the headache this year, and here's how. By giving her the next best thing to wearing nothing at all.